Hey YouTube, how's it going? KSM Dragons here. Been a while, but I wanted to bring you my Beetrooper deck profile, which I've put together with a bit of help with a friend called Freddie down from Richmond. So if you're watching, thank you very much for helping out. It's a great profile. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually just really good as well. Like testing it today, and it can swarm the field really well. It's got good interactions, multiple lines of play. It's actually just a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's just jump into the profile really quickly. Cool. So I'm just going to break it down between the different types that are in the deck. So first we're going to start with the Beetroopers. So we've got the Scout Buggy at 3. We've got the Beetrooper Scale Bomber at 3. We've got 2 Beetrooper Sting Lancia, 1 Beetrooper Formation, and 1 Beetrooper Flying Sting. So this is the new archetype that came out in Dawn of Majesty, TCG exclusive. Is actually really good, really a lot of fun. So Scout Buggy, when it's normal special summon, you can special summon another one from the hand, deck, or graveyard, which is just amazing. Scale Bomber, if a insect monster is normal summoned, you can summon this as well, so it changes to it. But it also has a disruption where you can, if your opponent activates an effect, you can quick effect tribute a insect monster, so itself or another one, and then destroy a card on the field instead. That card on the field instead, which is really good. A Sting Lancia basically puts one card from each graveyard to the bottom of the deck and then summons itself, and then when it's summoned it can search for Beetrooper spell or trap, which is just really good. So a really good archetype in terms of what they've made just here. Really excited to see what else comes out, but yeah, these cards are really good. The trap, okay, so I'll just do a bit explanation quickly. So the field spell is basically a monster reborn for Beetrooper, which is just really good, but you take damage to wherever their attack is. So if you've got a Scout Bug in your graveyard, you can reborn it. It's got 1,000 attack, so you're going to take 1,000 damage. But then you get the effects, same with the Scale Bomber or Sting Lancia. Obviously, the Sting Lancia is the much higher attack, but... And the counter trap is basically a monster negate for the activation, and then it destroys it. But then it's also got an effect. If you've got a Beetrooper on the field with more than 3,000 attacks, so basically the link 4, you can banish an insect at the end of your phase and reset it. So it just recurs itself and it doesn't banish after you use it again. So it's just really broken in that way. So really good. So yeah, really good archetype. Really happy to sort of play it at the moment. So that's quite a lot of fun. And then it is supported by the Battlewasp, which came out in Battles of Legends, Heroes of Revenge, or one of the two was something similar like that. So play 3 Sting the Poison, 3 Twin Bow, 2 Pin, and then last but not least 1 Error Blast. So these were like really unwell known. Oh, sorry about the glare. Let me move that. There you go. Hopefully that's a bit better. Yeah, these are really unwell known, but support the insect archetype really well. So Sting the Poison, you normal special summon it, you can add a Battlewasp to your hand, so you can search for one of the others, and then that will allow you to extend your combo. Twin Bow, you can special summon it, but if you do, you're locked into insects. That's not a problem for this deck because everything's pretty much an insect, so it's all good. Pin, if you control an insect, you can special summon it, and then for every pin you have on the field and graveyard, I believe, during the main phase, inflict 200 damage for every pin you control. Oh no, just that you control, so then you would just burn for 200. And Arrow Blast is, you can normal summon and target a level 3 or lower insect monster in your graveyard and special summon it, so then allows you to extend on other turns. So just really good utility cards, really supports the Beetrooper archetype quite well. And now for the cards that actually make this deck really broken. 3 Residence Insect. So if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a level 5 or higher insect monster from your deck to your hand. Then if that card is banished, you can send 1 insect monster from your deck to the graveyard, except itself. It's not once per turn, and you can not even once per chain. So if you somehow send multiple to the graveyard at one time, or you banish multiple at the same time, you can resolve all the effects. It's a really broken card. What makes the deck work. To help with that, I've got 2 Goku Pole. So if this is sent to the graveyard, you can send a level 4, or you can add a level 4 lower insect monster from your deck to your hand. And then if it's a normal monster, you can summon it and then pop a card on the field with an attack equal or higher to it. So the one I play is Shiny Black Sea. I know you can play lower attack ones, which means you're more guaranteed to clear something on the field. But I prefer the higher attack just because if you're going to use the pop effect, most likely you're getting rid of something on the field that's quite annoying. And because it doesn't target, but it does destroy, it's quite a nice out for anything that says, oh, you can't target it or something like that. So just a nice little supplementary engine. And then just to kind of finish off sort of the random cards, one Doom Dozer, so you search off resident insects instead of Sting Lancia, so you've got multiple options. And it just banished 2 to summon itself. Believe once again it's not once per turn, so if you recycle it you can use it again, and you can recycle with one of the extra deck monsters. So yeah, just good, and it's just a beat stick, so it allows you to get resident insects effects off as well. And then 2 cards I've put in is the 2 digital bug Registrider, sorry. So it's similar to Scale Bomber, so basically if you normal summon an insect you can special summon this, so it's just like Kagamusha Knight effectively. And then if you make an XYZ with it, it has to be insect, and then that card gains 1,000 attack and defense, I believe. So just a nice way to support your Cicada King, and it's just a nice way to have another extender that can chain block. So if you normal summon Scout Buggy, you can chain this, so then Scout Buggy will get the summon from the graveyard and they can't ash it. They could obviously still effect raid or imperm, but it's just a nice way to block if possible. And then our last few insects, just to finish up, I'll actually play one of the Kaijus, one Contact C and one Retaliating C. Now, because you can search these, you just play one of, but if you want to increase the numbers, you can. But yeah, they're ridiculous. Like, they work out so well in the deck. And you can add this off Resident Insect as well. So, and you can add this one off Goku Pole. So they're just ridiculous, and you can resolve them all the time. And your opponent, if you're playing someone like Dryoton or even Trio Brigade, they just kind of cry because it's not a card they want to see on their field. And then the kind of support sort of the non-insects, I've got one Monster Reborn and one Call By, just sort of nice generic cards. And then to finish off, just for hand traps, play 3 Ash, you know, standard, hits most of the meta, 3 Ghost Bell, similar thing, and then 3 Ghost Moonlight Chill, Moonlit Chill. So just an effect railer with burn damage if the opponent does link it off or fusion it off. It's just a bit different to the effect railer, like just play this instead. Just wanted to try out, works pretty well at the moment, so I'm just going to keep it in. So that's the main deck. It works out to 42 cards, so it's not bad at all, so I'm quite happy with that number. I always tend to play a higher number than 40 anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's move on to the extra deck. Cool. So we'll start off with the Beetroopers again. So I actually play 3 of the Armor Horn for the Link 2. So this card, it's a generic 2 insect, so it doesn't have to be Beetrooper. You can make any 2 insects to summon it. It's got an effect that when you activate an effect and when it resolves, you can have a additional normal summon of an insect monster. And it's also got an effect where you can banish 3 insects from your graveyard to summon itself from the graveyard. So just a nice extender play, which is really good. I'll play 2 of the Insector Pico Flanina. I hope I said that right. Don't butcher me if I did. Really good. Once again, generic 2 insect monsters. You can discard a card to equip another insect monster. So if you've only got this on the field, you can't use the effect because you have to equip to another insect monster. So most of the time you make Armor Horn, then you make the Insector, and then you equip to the Armor Horn a resident insect so that you can then get the search off that. But it can't equip to itself, so just a key thing, like just keep an eye out for that. But a really good card, really generic, and I love the shuffle 3 back and draw 1, so it just helps recur. And then a generic Link 2 I'm playing is the Shinobi Insect. Hasn't come up yet so far. I haven't been testing too long, but I just got it in there just in case, because you get locked into insect, so you know, if you need to, you might have to go into this, but I've just got it there just in case. And those are the Link 2s. Moving on to Link 3, effectively. I'll play 2 of the Sephiron Papillon. So this, when you link summon it, it will gain counters to the amount of insect materials you use to make it. So most of the time it's always going to be 2. And then it's got a quick effect, so you can only use one of these per turn. So if you gain the counters 1 turn, you can't use the quick effect the same turn. So the next turn, quick effect, you can remove 1 and summon a lower 4 lower insect monster. So the play with this is you'll want to bring out one of the Battlewasp, Sting the Poison, because it contribute an insect monster to be like another disruption on your opponent's turn, which is really good. So play 2 of those. And then I play the 2 level 4s, 2 of the Battle Atlas. This card's ridiculous. It's a 3000 beat stick. If it's got 3000 attack, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, which is really good. And then it contributes an insect monster, then either gain 2000 attack or summon a Beetrooper from deck, which just allows you to extend plays again. And while it's on the field, you're locked into insects. Same with Armor Horn as well. So yeah, just a ridiculous card. It's such a good boss monster to sit on as well. Your opponents really struggle sometimes to get over it. And then for the last of the insects, I just played 2 Cicada King. You run a lot of level 3s in there. Scout Buggy can make this by itself. If you make it with a Digital Strider, you get 1000 attack and defense, which is just really good. So sitting on a 3500 defense, Cicada King, which is a monster negate on the field, is just so good. So that's that. And then I've got a couple of generic links, just 3 ones. Generator Transverser, Phoenix, and Nightmare. These slots are kind of spare, but there's just not that many insect extra monsters to use, so why not just use them randomly? These will probably get cut if something better comes out, which hopefully it does in the next set. And that's it. That is the deck. I hope you really enjoyed that. It is a really good deck. Try it out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.